Hello, world. So, it's another day, another night. I should probably be sleeping, but here I am. I am becoming so bad about just wasting away the night hours. Can't really say why that is, but I guess it's just kind of my time to unwind and really just rest in the spirit and just kind of do a little bit of nothing. I have been super stressed lately, but even though things have been so good, I have really felt a lot of stress. So there is that. But I hope you're doing well, world, and I hope that you really took something from last night's video on the idea of joy-filled cream center. I love that word that the Lord gave that last night. That was a pretty cool treat. So yes, hopefully we're all finding our joy. Hopefully we're all finding the things that we love. I can tell you for sure that I've definitely been thinking about volunteering at the Humane Society because it is open and needing volunteers. I'm also looking at some other options. But it was actually kind of cool today because I was able to drive around and just fool around a little bit. And I got to see different kinds of dogs, when I was driving around and when I walked my girl earlier at the park. And it was just like, I felt like really unbridled excitement. And I was like, where has this been, I mean, you can't go up and pet other people's pets, sadly, but just seeing them and seeing their faces and oh my goodness, I saw two Chi Jacks. They are my top favorites. I love a lot of dog breeds, but Chi Jacks, which are Chihuahua Jack Russells, I have a special fondness for. They're just the cutest little awkward little dogs, but they are just the happiest little things. And you got the Chihuahua spunk and the spice, and you got the Jack Russell stubbornness and the cute little floppy ears and upright ears, and yeah, they're pretty special. But yeah, I was noticing like I really pushed myself today to find my joy-filled center. And in the process, it was such a glorious time. I ended up taking my dog to the park, like I said, and but it was more than that. Like, here you go again. But it was more than that. Like I went to the park and I was watching people with their dogs for a while. Not to the point of stalkerish, but it was pretty wow. But I took my girl and I just literally just laid my coat on the ground and just laid back in the grass and didn't care how dirty or muddy I was getting or how wet the grass was even. And I just laid there and just relaxed. And it was just glorious. It was just amazing what difference that felt. That I have confirmation today that I will be moving. So this room here is going to be temporary for the next few days. I mean, technically it's like a week and a half till May, and I will be moving somewhere else. Again, this new place is temporary, but it's super exciting because not only will I get closer to downtown, but I'll get closer to what God has in store for me. And I keep hearing him say a lot in regards to this place, and it was funny because every time I thought, yeah, I don't know about this, let me go look at this direction, God went, meow, nope. So I just kept pursuing this then and praying hard, and there's something that definitely God wants to move in this house. And I'm not sure what this house is like, and I'm not sure what's going to be like. Haven't met anyone, haven't seen the room, don't know really what I'm walking into. Did a quick drive-by today and didn't get much except for I think I found the house, but I couldn't really find the parking lot, and I kind of got twisted because it was a one-way road and then it was a two-way road. Yeah, it was a little confusing down in the University District. But I'm super excited for what God has in store because there's something big gonna happen at this house. And I only have like 2 months or so I get to be there, but God can move in amazing ways. I'm so excited to see what he's gonna do and how he's gonna use me or in how he's gonna have them impact me and vice versa. There's just so much. There's just so much exciting possibilities awaiting. But I definitely want to share with you, world, the idea of hope, the idea of promise. The Lord spoke to me today, and he gave me this beautiful image after I received that confirmation. And he basically, I know that all over the world, rainbows have started to show up. And rainbows signify a promise from God, because when Noah found land and settled in that land, there was a huge rainbow. And rainbows never really been super significant with me. But flowers have been. But today, after I received that confirmation, I don't know, May 1st was just highlighted, and I felt like I was saying, I promise you. And it sounds silly, but it sounded like God was really, like, he was giving me in my spiritual eye an image of a rainbow. But not necessarily like a rainbow like you'd expect. Man, I'm shaking. Am I yawning? Because I'm getting all excited, I guess. But yeah, he showed me a rainbow, but flowers. It sounds weird, but it was a promise of a rainbow, but what I was seeing was budding flowers. What I was seeing as a garden of flowers coming to life. And I kept seeing May 1st highlighted. So not only was my confirmation of where I'm going to live highlighted, but I felt like God was telling me, I promise you on that day, that virus is gone. Now, I don't know what that specifically means, like gone, or, vaccine is made, or... Oh, I'm really shaking. But I don't really fully understand what God fully means by that. I'm definitely going to dive deeper into it and keep pushing into it because it's amazing. But I just felt like this secure promise that God was like, this moment of fear and lockdown and death and despair and hopelessness, I promise you that there's something waiting on May 1st. And I know people have been talking about 40 days, that we've been through this virus for about 40 days, and oh my word. But that at the end, like Noah was on the boat for 40 days, and there was a promise then that there would never be another flood. Well, I think it's a promise that God's saying that there will not be another virus like this, that this is the one and only, but that this is the moment when we rise up. May 1st could be the day that we Christians then start standing up and start going out to those streets. I don't know. I don't know what God has in store, but I know May 1st holds a lot. And I see a garden of beautiful rainbow flowers. I see a beautiful rainbow at the end, So let's go for May 1st. Let's fight hard these next couple of days and week or half or so. Let's fight hard. I don't think someone wants me to speak tonight. Oh my word. Well, let's fight hard, friends, family, world. Let's push to May 1st and let's see what God has in store for us. I can't wait for corporate worship. I can't wait to go hug and be near my family again, I mean, I've been so blessed. I really have been, to have good communication with my church family. So blessed. I mean, tonight was a worship night, and it was worship, but it was conversation. And a lot of times, like, I'm not the most vocal out there. We need to work on that, but I like to listen. And just hearing them tell their stories and just speak just brought so much warmth and happiness to my heart. And I didn't feel like I just wanted to sit in the background and paint, I wanted to sit in the background and talk to Jesus. I wanted to sit in the background and process what they were sharing. I'm sure what I had to share was important to them, but for me, I just kind of wanted to sit in the back and be just like watching it all play out in front of me, It was just so beautiful. I was so secure and content in the Lord that I didn't feel like I needed to voice something, but I could be there present, It was just so great to be with my family again tonight. Oh, I miss them. But I can't wait for corporate worship. I can't wait for church doors to open and let us go back in and really worship and really get in the Word together as a family. It's been challenging, that's for sure. I've had to come up with new ways of worship, which I found out prophetic painting is a thing. And I'm not terrible at it. I don't know if I'm great, but I really love it. And so if I don't have a space that's conducive to motion worship in any form, then I can pull out a paintbrush and paint. Or I can lay there and just calm myself down and just rest. And compared to the frenetic need before, where I just had to get up and worship, I had to get up and do dance, I had to go do something. I'm now at this place where I can worship wherever I am and in whatever space I'm in, and I can find a way to. Because we can worship God through our actions. We can worship Him through our thoughts, our heart, our paintbrush. You know, we can worship Him through so many things. Like, I got to worship Him all day. And it was kind of frustrating today because I got a lot of small bites. I didn't get a lot of good orders. And it didn't add up a whole lot. But it was a fun day. I was able to bless people that, well, I typically would look over those orders because, well, they're small. They're small pay, you know. I'm looking for the 20s, not the lower ones. But I was able to do a few of those, and it was really satisfying. I sincerely apologize. I don't yawn until I get on this video. I really don't. I am perfectly fine, and I start talking to you guys, and I can't stop yawning, and I can't stop shaking, and there's something about doing videos with you guys, I think. But, yeah. Just hold on to, I think I'm just going to keep it short tonight. That way I don't, because I've been, like, yawning, like, half the time. And you didn't come on here to see me yawn. But just hold on to hope. Hold on to hope and promise and just Jesus' goodness, you know? Find ways to go to your heartfelt, you know, joy-filled centers. Find ways to love those and be near those that you love and adore. Someone challenged me today and was just like, well, what are 10 things that, you know, make you happy and say life is good? That was way too easy. I'm like, 10 things? I could list 50, which is awesome when you think about it because, I mean, less than a year ago, I was in a place where I probably couldn't find more than 5. Maybe 2. You know, that's how bad and despaired I really was and broken. And you know the funny thing about it is I trusted God. I had faith in God. That I cried out one day in my car, begged to a point, but I just said, Lord, I want some friends. Please send me some friends. He sent me one. One young woman. From that young woman, my heart has expanded exponentially. One person created such a domino effect that my life is forever changed for the better. I have my Zion family now. I have my Encounter family. I have those that I love and I care about around me. I'm in a safe, secure place. I've had miraculous healing. I've had baptism. I've had, you know, reconnection with the Lord. And I've learned how to speak prophetically and see in the spiritual eye. I've learned how to do so much and gained so much just through one person. One person the Lord felt was just the right person. He set my way. And I was willing and I was so hungry for it. That friendship brought this whole banquet table to me basically. And that friendship continues. Very, very dear friend of mine. She's amazing. I'm sure you guys will love her. But yeah, it's amazing. One action, one act of trust by God. You know, if she had just been like, God, you're crazy, talk to this lady who I don't know on a bench, and walked on, well, who knows where I would be right now. But instead, I'm right here with you guys, you know? And that's one thing. Instead, she sat down and started talking to me. It made a difference. It changed my life. And it sounds cliche to say that, but it literally changed my life. I mean, it's just crazy to think about it, but yeah, I took a leap of faith by acting on this friendship, this possibility of a friendship, you know? And it was amazing. And now my world is so full and so complete, and if you ask me if I have 10 things I'm grateful for and 10 things that make my life great, I could give you probably 50. I mean, Jesus is just that good. So think about it next time when you're out, you know, on the streets or out in your car and you see someone. Maybe they look a little alone. Maybe they look a little hungry. Maybe they look a little sad. Maybe they look a little lost or confused. Maybe they look a little hurting or in pain. Go to them. Speak to them. You don't know. You could change their whole life. I have learned to really have an open mind when it comes to that. Because if people come to my life, and maybe they come into my life, well, for a different reason, but then that reason doesn't work out, and then they're there, well, I'm going to use that friendship. I'm going to use that newfound to bring them back to Christ, to show them Christ, but also to give them doorways that they wouldn't have had before. And I recognize that, like, it's so cool, but a lot of times now anymore, I'm like, I'm here. I don't know why I'm here. I don't know why it's temporary. But I'm here. I might as well shine God's light and show him who he is and bring him with me wherever I go. And it may impact them. It may not. I mean, there are different times where, I was at my insurance job like only a couple weeks. If you really think about it, maybe a month. It wasn't long at all. I loved it. I thrived in it to a point. And struggled as well. It was challenging. Ooh. But yeah. And I didn't really know I was there, but I felt like the Lord was telling me I was there to clean out that insurance agency. And I don't know what that looks like. And I don't know what effects I left. But something about having me there and planting a seed, that was all I was there for. It ended quickly. It started quickly, and then it ended quickly. I was just there temporary, but according to the Lord, I was just there just to plant a seed. I was there to shine a little bit of light. It wasn't a bad place. It was a very diverse religious place. I've never been in a more diverse religious place of so many different varying beliefs and thought processes and what church is. I mean, it was very unique for sure and very challenging. But yeah, it's amazing. If we don't take advantage of these opportunities, who knows what we'll miss, you know? Who knows what we won't see. We just have to take these opportunities. We have to jump on board and we have to say, yes, Lord. Yes, Lord, what do you want to show me? Like I think it was last night's class was speaking to just going out and utilizing our faith and bringing it to the forefront and praying for people. I looked for opportunities today and I didn't really see any. I didn't see any highlighted. I was able to give some struggling people some food and stuff. I always try to do that. But I didn't really get anything but highlighted. I did see a couple ambulances and I felt like I should pray. So I did that. But but I didn't really get anything highlighted. But I'm definitely searching, I'm definitely looking. And it is hard. It's hard to think, there's someone there and I should approach them because it is a very unapproachable time, where COVID-19 kind of thing. But it's really an opportunity. It's an opportunity to love people that don't normally get loved. But I know as I was driving around and just kind of just relaxing and driving kind of thing with my dog, I started seeing a lot of people. And if I'd had more time, I probably would have pulled over and talked to some of those people. But I had to get home to worship and stuff. But I wonder what it would be like. Not just wonder. I can't wait till I'm down there and get to actually put, the action into place, I won't just be a kingdom child. I'll be a kingdom living in action child, a now child. So I'm really excited because I saw a lot of opportunities today just by driving through. There's a lot of people there. There's a lot of diversity. There's a lot of young people, but there's also a lot of hurting people. And it's maybe not the place that God wants me in the end, but it's a place where God's going to have me. And I can't wait to utilize that and figure out what my community is and where the need is and how I can be a better kingdom child, That's really what it's about. How we can serve Jesus, knowing whose we are, knowing who he is, and putting the kingdom into action, I find it so cool to hear the stories of people living it out, and I'm like, I want to do that. The Lord's always like, wait, just wait. Your turn will come, but not yet. So I wonder what now will look like. Still trusting God It's a slow process. But right now it's praying in the background, it's listening in the background, it's kind of waiting in the background for me. But I know soon the Lord's going to say, now, daughter, go now. And I'll break free from that gate and shine his light like the world's never seen. But right now I get to do it through this form of technology and get to bless you guys every day. Try to, at least every day. And you see my lovely smile. And I could say hi to you guys. And hope that these messages that the Lord has put on my heart really touch and impact and encourage you and give you hope and promise, because that's what it is. There's a huge garden waiting for us on May 1st, and I don't know what it's going to be like, but there's something huge waiting for us there. So let's strive for it. Let's push hard these next couple days, and let's go for May 1st. And then when May 1st comes, we can start scavenging and searching for this treasure egg that the Lord has waiting for us, because there's obviously something huge there. And yeah, like I say, I just can't wait. I'm just so excited. But I should sign off before it gets any later. So I love you, world. Virtual hugs always. Take care. Bye.